You're listening to the You Don't Know Me Yet podcast network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I know it's been a while, but we are back. What's going on, Diva?
Hey, I'm back from vacation. You know, I done went to Thailand. I done all that, so I'm back. It's good. What's going on?
Nothing. Been
Talk
trying to
to
hold
me.
it down. Did a couple shorts while you was gone. There's a lot going on. I know we got the college football going on, but tonight we will do another show tomorrow night. Tonight we're just gonna cover the NFL because it's a lot going on in the NFL. Some surprises. So that's why I say surprise. I can't say
Surprise!
yeah.
I know
So
that's right. Let's get it.
let's jump right in. We got the teams that are sitting at the top, right? So we're gonna talk about Denver. We're gonna talk about New
Mm-hmm.
England. Jacksonville done jumped up there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's some teams looking good. So we got Denver, New England, the Rams. They suffered a loss last week, but they bounced back this week. Seattle's looking good. Green Bay, Jacksonville, Chargers with that win last night. Buffalo's in the mix. San Francisco. Let's who surprises you the most that's there up top? The most. There's a bunch of them that surprise you.
Chicago.
Okay.
I didn't expect that at the beginning of the year, Chicago to be there. What Caleb is done with that team, that energy that they have, it reminds me a lot of what Denver has. It's like they're never out of the game. They believe in their quarterback. They think that, they think they can win anything. I like what I see. I like what I see with Caleb. Like, I think he's really won that team over, that locker room over here, and the coach. They believe in whatever it is that they're doing.
I think
I really like Chicago right
yeah,
now.
I'm gonna give credit to Caleb, but I'm gonna give a lot of credit to Ben Johnson because I
Yeah,
think
I said the
Ben
coach. Yeah.
Johnson tamed Caleb Williams because Caleb came in last year thinking he was the man, and he ain't really want to listen to anybody. It seemed like
You get humble. You get humble when you get thrown on your back like
so he
flipping.
did, and Ben Johnson is calling a game that's suited to him. So sometimes you just have to have the right coach. Yeah, I do like what they're doing. I mean, Green Bay got them the other night. Green Bay is a team that I'm not gonna ever count out, not with what they have.
You can't. You
Health,
can't.
right? Watson is healthy now, but those are teams. Chicago's a team that surprised me, but I'm talking about. Let's talk about Denver, New England. Those teams, they're sitting up top. When you look at the league, 11-2 and 11-2 for Denver and New England.
So I would say Denver probably out of everything, because Denver to me, I would say, and I'm not taking away from what Denver is doing. Denver is still, they're making comebacks, they're doing all that stuff. But when you think about playing against the Chargers, and Herbert is, out there with a broke hand or he's injured, you're talking about catching the Chiefs early on when they didn't have their number one wide receiver. They have caught what I consider, and I think, don't get me wrong, everybody catches breaks, but they to me seem like they've had some lucky breaks in there. They battled some things, but they've also been fortunate to some circumstances that have worked in their favor. Now, that don't mean crap, because I can tell you there have been plenty of teams that have won that got to where they are because things fell in their favor. I'm not taking away from what Denver is doing. They have a great defense. I actually have them on my fantasy. But what I'm telling you is that they surprised me the most, because it just so happened that the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Raiders, they're at the top of the division, but some of the games that they've won, I feel like, are been kind of like how people were talking about the Chiefs was escaping the year before and whatever. Some of those games they won that way. I actually find Denver to be the team. I wouldn't be surprised, and this might be tacky as hell to say, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go out in the first round.
I don't see. I have to disagree 100%. So
Well,
you're gonna say,
disagree.
yeah, you're gonna say they caught the Chiefs, caught them win.
No, I said caught some team, not just the Chiefs.
Okay, so
They caught some breaks.
they beat Commanders. Okay, they beat Chiefs. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Texans. They beat the Cowboys. Giants. They got lucky on that one, even though they probably should have beat the Giants. But that was just crazy. That was total Giants failure on my part. They didn't have a point in the fourth quarter, and you give them 32. Jets, yeah, but they beat the Eagles. So they beat both defending both Super Bowl teams. I mean, it's like they beat the Bengals, right?
They came back. Did they come back on the Eagles pretty tough?
Yeah, they beat the Eagles.
What's the final score? Do you remember?
21-17.
How much?
21-17.
Yeah, they came back and got them, and then
Came back and beat. They come back. They've been coming back on all.
they've been coming back
It's a
pretty
very
consistent. Like I
resilient
said,
team. I don't see them. For them, I think they need a loss before they go to the playoffs.
well, I feel like if they don't, they're gonna get one when they get in the playoffs.
That's what I think. If they get a loss before they go in the
That's what I'm
playoffs,
trying to tell you. You can disagree all you want. We can put a little side bet on that. I think they
I'm
won
not
and
gonna
done.
bet on them. I'm just saying they don't surprise me the way they've been playing. They've been playing consistent, and they were playing consistent last year. I like Bo Nix. I think he's a quarterback.
You've always loved Bo.
Right. He has a very short memory. I can't stand Sean Payton, but Sean Payton can coach. So you have that combination, and then you have a bunch of guys on that team that can play. So I don't think they're a mistake. I just think that they've been winning, and other teams just haven't been able to finish out games. So for me,
So let me go on the record and say I don't think it's a mistake that they are. They have grinded. They have done what they needed to do. They have figured out a way to win. Everybody, like I said, a win is a win is a win. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it would not surprise me if they go out in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying on record.
Right. And my question was, who are your surprises right now where they sit? And New England and Denver would not be teams that if you came to me at the beginning of the season in September or August, said that they would be leading the league with their records 11-2.
But I would like to say this though. Drake May is, I got no complaints with Drake May.
I don't either.
Drake May, they got themselves a quarterback.
Yeah, they're playing great. But if I had asked you, I'm still going back
before the season, that's that part.
But would you have said that they're gonna be sitting there?
Hell to the no.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying with the surprises. The Rams are not.
Yeah, it's gonna be New England and Denver. But like I said, we'll see. I would say I would feel the crazy thing about it is New England. Everybody's surprised at New England, but New England is to me when watching them.
They're a very well coached team, and I think I can't think of his name. He was the head coach of the Raiders. He's back where he needs
Daniels.
to be. Daniels. He was never. Josh Daniels was never. Not is it Josh?
Yes.
Right. Josh Daniels was never a head coach. He should have stayed. He should have never left New England. That's where he should have been. The Rams.
I wishes he was with the coach right now.
Yeah, the Rams don't surprise me with that roster that they have. Even getting rid of the lumberjack. I call him the lumberjack. You know who I'm talking about, right? He went over to. Why are you laughing?
I ain't got him lumberjack.
You know who I'm talking about? He shaved it off. I can't even think of his name because I always call him lumberjack. When I start calling these people by their nicknames because I can't remember their names. The Cooper Kupp. He shaved down a little bit, but they got rid of him, which I was surprised because he was one of their mainstays. But they're doing good. Puka's doing good. You went and got Devontae Adams. He's doing well. The Rams, watch out for them. They slipped up a week ago, but they'll be all right.
No. The Rams is, to me, I think the Rams. That's the team that I feel like is the one that everybody need to be nervous when they play.
Okay.
Is the Rams.
Okay.
Listen, the quarterback is playing amazing. Devontae Adams is on his game. You got Puka. If Puka can stay healthy, because Puka will fall out on you. He will fall out. If Puka can stay healthy, I would be more nervous about the Rams than most teams.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
That part.
Okay.
Marking in the books. I don't say it too often, but I'm telling you, the Rams is something to be worried about.
Yeah. You know who else I like? I like Seattle, Sam Darnold.
Well, you know how.
Yeah, and I'm happy for
I feel.
him as much as he got bounced around, and that's another example of resiliency for somebody just to stay with it, and he did that. So
And I will tell you, it's a little bit off topic, but I talked about how there are certain people who you can throw the whole kitchen sink at them in some kind of way. They survive, they're resilient, they go through. That's how I feel about Bryce.
Well, we're gonna talk.
No matter what you do to
him,
I feel like he gonna survive that cut. I might be wrong later, but
we're gonna get to Bryce. We're gonna get to Bryce for that whole team what they're doing, because I think they're one of the surprises of what they're doing.
Thank you.
Nobody saw. I'm gonna say I didn't see it because
I saw him
early on in the season when I was saying I thought he was small. He didn't have what he needed, but he's playing great ball. He's playing great football. That team,
Thank you.
The coach and everybody's coming together, and they look good. That look like they're having fun. So I like that. The team that's there that I don't believe is going to go anywhere for me, that's up there, is Jacksonville. I don't see Jacksonville Jaguars doing anything. I think they're winning by luck.
Agreed.
Yeah, they're just like
we on the same page with that. They benefited from some weird crap too.
Yeah.
I don't think Jacksonville is kind of like a fish out of water in my opinion in this list.
The Chargers are for I don't know how long Herbert goes with that broken hand. Last night's game was like a comedy of errors. I at one point I was like, I'm gonna turn the game off because this is just ridiculous. You throw an interception and fumble all in the same play.
First time ever.
I don't know what's going on in Philly. I really don't know what's going on in Philly.
What I can't figure out is how do you not just go back and look at what they did the year prior?
But they did one play when they did that, and they let Saquon run, and he scored a touchdown. But if you don't do it consistently, it's not.
That's what I'm talking about. But you got Saquon, as you like to call him. You got just go look at the footage. It's almost like your offensive coordinator is in there playing Madden or something. I don't know what's going on, but you just go look at what happened last year.
Yeah.
What are you changing? What do you feel like you need to revamp?
No,
what is going on? Just go do what you did last year and you're gonna be just fine.
You
putting extra unnecessary pressure on Jalen, who I actually like, who I think is a good quarterback. And you got this dude out here trying to do extra stuff he ain't got no business trying to do. Just
I don't know what extra is he, and I keep hearing that. What extra is he trying to do? Throw the ball down the field?
No, I mean some and you know how they say you have system quarterbacks or whatever. You just need them to do this, and this. Don't have Jalen out there trying to do extra stuff.
What's extra? That's what I'm asking you. What is he trying to do extra? Throw the ball down the field?
Well, you saw what happened at the end of the game. Run around here trying to do stuff, but guess what? You got a whole squad. He never should even have to try to worry about this stuff. They should have had them play scripted out better. There are things that they should be doing. He shouldn't even be in those positions when on third and whatever. The play calling is trash. I'm sorry.
I agree with you there that they're not. I agree. In my opinion, they're not
calling him in a bad position and making him uncomfortable.
But but that's his job. That's why he gets paid what he gets paid. So,
but it don't matter. It don't matter if it's his job. But if you gonna constantly put me in a bad position, then that's the worst job to have.
Well, you're getting paid for it. That's what he's getting paid for.
But that's what everybody gonna run to. But if I'm the punter and I can't damn punt because for whatever reason I still get paid to punt, but I'm not punting well. If I'm the quarterback and you put me in a bad position and I can't do what I do best, then hell it sucks to be the quarterback.
It does, but
I'm just saying I don't feel like they put me in the best position for him to be Jalen, to do what Jalen does best.
Okay.
That's what a
I'm asking you, and you're not giving me that. What does he do best? Hand the ball off? What does he do best?
That's not fun.
I'm asking a legit question. What is it that you think he does best?
What don't Jalen do well?
No, Tanisha, don't flip it on me. You keep saying tell him.
No, I'm
what
saying
he
you're
does
putting him in a bad. You're putting him in a, in third and whatever. You're not getting him to the point where he's always behind the curve. That's what I mean by now. I'm not saying that Jalen can't make throws. As far as I'm concerned, Jalen can make the throws.
So you just saying they put him
I
in
like Jalen. Jalen can make his throws. Hell, he dropping dimes. Hell, even the ball that the boy dropped at the end, hell, he put it in the damn. It was a bread basket. He missed the damn catch. But he couldn't have thrown it any better. But I'm saying a quarterback don't want to be behind the downs, and you're not putting him in a position where he can be successful and not have to be constantly doing ridiculousness trying to figure out how to run. And Jalen is one who hangs on to the ball. He hangs on to the ball a little bit long because he's trying to look downfield.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from, because he ain't the only quarterback that's in that situation, and some are over.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm not gonna make any excuses for any quarterbacks.
I'm not making excuses. I'm saying that his offensive coordinator is trash.
Yeah, I think that they don't run the ball enough. I agree with that.
100%.
Run the ball enough, but for him to say.
But what happened with the run game? If you run the ball, then everything else open up.
Yeah, but if you on third down and you can't get a first down, I'm not giving you a pass for that. Not be that person. You was doing it last year, so you could do it again this year. But anyhow, all right, let's move on from there. Buffalo, you never count Buffalo out. You never know what they're gonna do. Josh is doing what Josh does. You still got Cook. He got Gabe Davis back. So, they're doing their thing.
They have a chance. He has a run game. He got Cook. Cook is going to give him what he needs to free up everything he needs. With a good run game, you cannot count Josh out. You have said exactly the right. Josh will ruin your holidays.
Yep. So these are all the teams with 9 wins, right? So we're looking at, you talked about Chicago. San Francisco is winning. I'm just not impressed with San Francisco, but they're winning.
Another one that I expect to lose immediately.
You think so? Okay.
Into the
years. On that. Then you got Philly. We talked about them 8-5. Houston 8-5. Detroit, surprisingly, 8-5. Is that surprising to you or no? They're in a tough division. You got Detroit, you got Chicago, and you have Green Bay. That's a tough division.
Detroit just lost. They lost somebody. I'm trying to think. Who did they?
They lost Branch, defensive player. He's gone for the year. That's the only player they lost. You talking about St. Brown? St. Brown is back. He played the other night.
No, his ankle was hurt, but I thought
Branch is the person that they lost. He's back. Yeah. And Minnesota is just McCarthy hurt all year, so that's.
I don't expect Detroit. I expect Detroit to maybe get the game too. I don't. Detroit is not what I'm thinking is gonna win it all.
No, I don't think they're gonna win that division. No, Green Bay. I think that division between Green Bay and Chicago.
Well, I said Green Bay is to me that that team that can go in there, and if they firing on all cylinders, they can ruin some lives. I don't think Detroit, and let me tell you, how much I like golf.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think, once again, this is their year. That I don't see it. It's just they're inconsistent. Like, I just don't see it.
They lost a lot too when you think about it. And when what they lost was a defensive coordinator, and you lost your offensive coordinator. Good for them. They got jobs, but that was a solid rebuild. Head coach, love him. He's still doing his thing. Love the head coach. So Indy. Now let's go to Indy, because Indy's 8-5, but Indy's lost a couple of games.
Oh my gosh.
That was before. Excuse me. That was before Daniels got hurt.
Yeah, Daniel Jones being tearing his Achilles is heartbreaking. Like, I'm all about the person that is a grinder. That's why I like the Bryces and I like the Dornals and everything because I can always see a person that just have some in them where they don't give up and stuff. And to see how Daniel Jones played this season after everything that he's what people were doing to him and for him to come out and I mean watching his Achilles, like watching that injury, I was just like, good Lord, you talking about some badass luck. You can't. That's horrible. I hate that for him. I really do. I hope he is able to. That's a very that injury is a hard injury to come back from. Like some people come back, they good. Other people, they're never the same. I'm hoping that for Daniel's sake that he comes back from that injury. But yeah, Indy's gone now. I'm not expecting Indy to do anything.
Indy's done.
They're done.
They're done.
They're done. Richardson is hurt with the orbital injury,
Mhm.
and Daniel Jones. If Richardson were there, I'd be like, okay, they still have a shot. But without him, they're done.
So you
I'm,
think
I'm,
Daniel Jones was a team?
I think Daniel Jones and Richardson was a team, and both of them jacked up.
Okay. Okay.
So now I don't believe Leonard's the team. I think it's Leonard. I don't believe he's a team. I think they're done.
Yep.
So I'm scratching them all the way off.
See what that happens. I ain't counting them out yet. I want to see how they play.
Well, I'm on the record for counting them out right now.
Okay. We're on the opposite ends of the spectrum of that because there are other players on that team. You got Jonathan Taylor. You got a lot of.
But you gotta have somebody give him the ball.
Yeah, and if he can, we'll see what happens, right? So I just I'm not going to count them out just yet. And I think the last game for the Jaguars, when they lost to the Jags, you have that injury, so you throw somebody out there who's not expecting to play. That's a little different. You let this kid get all the snaps this week. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a challenge because they play the Seahawks. So let's see I want to see how they do against the Seahawks before I count them out. They go ahead and beat the Seahawks, we having a whole different conversation. So, they got a tough road. They got the Seahawks. They got
to me, that's the third string quarterback coming up to play because the second one is messed up. And then to me, I'm counting you out because you got the third string out there.
He's second string quarterback because the third string quarterback Richardson was gone in October. So this dude.
Well, I'm just saying, but we know what the when they set that up, it was Daniel Richardson, the whole freak accident with the orbital. So this is the third string that's moved up to the second string that now is the guy. So I'm willing to say that I'm comfortable saying they're gone. They're done.
Okay. We just disagree. That's all. All right. So then the next
you always do.
We talking about after them. Let me see. We talked about Houston, Pitt. I don't know what's going on there. I think personally, Ravens got robbed on Sunday. I mean, like the dude said, you got to do a two-step, the electric slide and all that in the end zone when you catch the ball, and then it's a catch. So I don't know what a catch is anymore because to me,
I ain't known what a catch was since days.
Right. So here's the thing. If I got the football and I take it and I lean over the end zone, the tip of the ball gets over and someone knocks it out of my hand, that's okay. I jumped in the air. I guess that's my football move. And the tip of the ball went over and it got knocked away. This man holds the ball and takes 2 steps. Now the rule is 3 steps. Maybe the rule's been 3 steps. To me, at what point you just keep hitting it? I can just keep hitting it. So I don't know.
I have no idea because I always, when I see people jump over and they just get the tip over, it seemed like it worked before. So I'm confused too. Like to me, you have people that jump over and all they do is hold the ball and the little tip coming, they line it up on the damn screen and everybody like, oh, it's good. But then this dude runs, I don't understand.
The whole body had to go in there. Now it's just let me lean over, get it, and snatch it back, and then I'm good.
I no longer know. I'm with you.
I think the Ravens got robbed. I'm not impressed at all with Pittsburgh. I think if they make it to the playoffs, which they probably will because they moved into first place, they gone. I can't see them.
There's your gone team. There's your gone team. I get it.
Yeah, I don't see them doing anything.
My first gone team is going to be the Colts.
Right.
So That's
Okay.
my number one. You getting up out of there ASAP.
Okay. First
And
round
then
go.
you got the pick. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now the ones that are sitting on the out, well, got one more. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay should win that division, and Tampa Bay gets in. So Baker, you never know.
I like what Baker. I think Baker has played an amazing season so far. Even with the injuries he's fighting through, losing Mike Evans. You know what I mean? He's still trying to do whatever. But because there is no Mike Evans, I'm gonna say that they're gonna have an early out as well.
Okay. But you got them going in.
Yeah, I do.
I don't even know. I mean, they may as a wild card, but they got the Panthers the last game of the season. I'm not counting.
I'm not, but that's actually funny you say that because I don't know. The Panthers come to play every week. They
Right.
don't always work out, but they got some heart up in that organization right
They
now.
play, they play the Panthers on the 21st, and then they turn around and they play the Panthers on the 4th. That's two
But
games.
I think
Both
I'm
teams.
gonna, but I am gonna go. Nothing against Bryce because I love what Bryce is doing and everything, but I just feel like at the best it's a split. But I definitely think Tampa wins one of those games. Like Tampa's gonna win something.
Tampa lost to the Saints the other day, and that lady let that dude. I don't even know his.
Chug.
Run for 2 touchdowns. So right now, I'm not sold on anything that Tampa's doing.
I think Baker is not quite healthy.
And well, no, that shoulder is when he hurt himself.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why these games are close.
Yeah.
If Baker is healthy, I don't see that even. I'm hoping that were we in week 3 or 4 since the injury they had, maybe it's getting a little bit better every week. I'm hoping, but Baker, I'm thinking Baker will dig it out. That dude got some dog in him.
Yep. I'm not counting the Panthers out. So we'll see what happens with those last.
Because you know how I feel about them.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. So now we got the folks that are sitting on the outside, and that's where we start talking about excuse me, teams like the Panthers, the Cowboys, Baltimore, Kansas City, Miami, Minnesota. Everybody else is eliminated, right? Atlanta's gone. Cincinnati is Cincinnati's still hanging. Excuse me, they're not eliminated yet.
Yeah, because their division is trash.
The division. The Jets are eliminated. Arizona, Cleveland, New Orleans, Washington, Vegas, Tennessee, and the Giants. So we're still talking about Carolina, Dallas, Baltimore, Kansas City, Miami, and Minnesota, Cincinnati. With who out of those teams that I just named, and if you need me to name them again, has the best chance of getting in? You need me to name them again?
Baltimore.
Okay, why?
Name them again, but I think Baltimore.
Okay, so I say Carolina, Dallas, Baltimore, Kansas City, Miami, Minnesota, and Cincinnati. So you say Baltimore over Cincinnati? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me one other team you think. You think Kansas City has a chance?
I saw something. I can't remember what I saw recently, but it had a whole lot to do with the Colts having to lose and someone else having to lose. And I looked at this thing and I thought, hell, that's actually probable.
Oh yeah,
Kansas City.
Yeah. And then Kansas City
actually does have a chance. But I will say this: if they do get in there, they're one and done or two.
I think Kansas City, if they beat Denver and they have to play Denver again, they also have to play the Chargers again. So you beat those teams.
Yeah, I just don't think that Kansas City is healthy enough to get in there. I think everybody knew once couple people started falling out, but we just talked about that. That loss came from some drop balls, some other things, more than just whatever, some injuries. But I don't even think they're healthy enough. So even if they got in, they're not. I don't think they do anything.
Yeah. I'm not blaming that game on those people.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming no injuries. I'm saying it was drop balls, it was bad throws, it was a lot. It was a team loss, flat out. But I don't feel like even if they did get in, I kind of feel like they're one and doneer because they're just not, in my opinion, they're limping their way into the playoffs. When you get in the playoffs, you playing against teams the playoffs is different. and limping in is not gonna do you any favors. I don't
No,
see
and
that
Lippin is having
if
the
they were
wrong.
to get in, which I don't think they are, but if they were to get in, I like I said it, I don't see them doing anything.
I think they have the wrong. I think they have the wrong. The plays are just their plays are so predictive. But they played a great defensive team. The Houston defense to me, I've been watching them, and they that is the
Right
number
at the
one.
top.
Them boys are going at it, and if that offense gets to clicking, that's going to be a team to watch because that defense is something else. I love
No
watching.
joke.
Yeah,
No joke.
I like Stroud, Nico Collins. I like those players, but I'm telling you, I am really, really impressed with that defense. And Anderson is just one, and I'm just like, dude, wow, can't stop him. Only person that's gonna stop him.
Absolutely.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
But I'm going
Down.
with the Ravens. I think the Ravens still they have the right they still have enough on their roster. It's just they gotta figure that out. I
They
think
gotta get
they're
rid
the
of
better
Harbaugh.
now. Granted, the Bengals they played their butt off, but they're coming from such a deep hole. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna need so much help to get to the playoff. That's the only reason why. Because right now, if Joe Burrows had came back 3 weeks ago, I'd be like Bengals.
Well, I
Uh,
think the
but
Sunday game. Did you watch that game Sunday?
yeah, I
They
did. Yeah, I watched it.
People say, "Here you go, take that." Pick six, next play, interception, and they were down. So you gave the game away.
They
You
gave
did.
it away. Yep, they
I
gave
I,
it
I
away.
don't take any. I mean,
I went to the bathroom and
you
came back,
can't
and I was confused.
right. You cannot give a team like Buffalo those opportunities because they're gonna
Dude, I
cap.
went to the bathroom and came back and was confused.
They
I said,
capitalize.
"How? What happened when I came over here? I went in the bathroom. They were up. I
Yeah.
came out. It was straight trouble. I was like, what in the world just happened?"
It's too. I'm not even gonna look for predictions. I mean,
But
you play you're one and done, and you're out. I'm.
we'll do that. We'll do
It's too.
that when
It's
I
too.
can go and thoroughly go through it. But I'm
Yeah,
going to tell you
I want to see
that
who's in the
I would
playoffs
be
before I start
surprised
making
at
predictions.
the end of the day if my opinions change on some of that.
Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know who. I need to see who's in the playoffs because at this point I really can't even tell who's going to slide in to start talking about who's going to win a Super Bowl. But
Oh, I ain't. We ain't talking about Super Bowl yet.
we're gonna try to come back tomorrow and cover this college football, what's going on here.
Absolutely.
I didn't make it, so I'm gonna take my ball and go home. Is that setting a bad precedence? I think we need to have a conversation about it. I want to get a little more information before we start digging into it. And we're going with teams that are 5-7 or whatever these records going into the bowl games. That's a financial hit for these networks that are going to
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
so yeah, we're gonna talk about that more in depth. But just wanted to set the stage for our predictions or our thoughts. It's not prediction, our thoughts of what's going on here in the NFL. And I think we got some surprises. I kind of like it because there's different teams up there. So it's
I do.
different. People don't want to see the same teams every year. It was like
Over and
oh,
over.
yeah, nobody wanted to see it. Nobody wants to see the Chiefs. But if they win and they're there, nobody wants to see Philly. If they're there, they're there. If they've earned it, they've earned it. So we'll see what happens in these coming weeks. Tanisha, what else you got? What's your closing thoughts?
I don't have anything crazy pressing. I literally just got back in the country.
Okay.
I had, I had a crazy, vacation. I'm thankful for it. Very, very blessed that I was able to go and do that. But I don't have anything. I've been so out of the network. My closing thought was sleep. I was so happy to get some and realize what region I was in and everything. I mean, I was out forever. Like I just could not get myself jet lag does not explain what I went through. For
Okay.
someone who already has insomnia and then to get jet lag on top of insomnia, hey, I'm just happy to be. I'm happy to be here, Linda. So I'm gonna let you have it.
Yep. My thing is holidays. Still a lot going on in the world. Tell the folks that you love them. Keep your family close. I've been blessed. I went through a lot with my family. this past week. So the blessings are there. I pass the blessings on and prayers to everyone. I'm grateful. I just want to shout out my sister Hope, who is a trooper. Love you. Will always love you. God bless you. God bless my family. And like we always say to everybody, just be kind and be blessed because it's free. And until next time, peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.